of most of our veterans.
No, certainly not. You don't paint a picture of all the veterans because one veteran, does this, or two veterans, or three veterans. When you have hundreds of thousands of veterans putting their life on the line every single day to make sure that we in America are free. And I don't think you can do the same thing with police departments and say, okay, there's one or two bad situations or three or four and paint everybody in the police department as being racist and what have you. I think it also has a lot to do with fear, though. I remember Jesse Jackson many years ago saying, it's like walking down the street in Washington, D.C., and I hear footsteps behind me. I turn around, I certainly hope it's a white person. I think people, and maybe even some of the policemen, it's not racism as being fearful. Because the only time you really see blacks in the news is when they're creating a crime or in the middle of a crime. Maybe we need to start showing good news for everybody instead of showing everybody in a bad light simply for the ratings.
Tom Wackley, let me talk to you about thinking back on your experience, plainclothes detective and other jobs you've had in law enforcement. What is the one thing that sticks with you to this day that you wish people understood about law enforcement?
I would say that if I could just put it in a day's worth of work on patrol, you're handling 15 to 20 calls a day. That seventh or eighth call, you have to respond, and they're probably, when they're one every 5-year contact with a police officer, they expect you to be professional, they expect you to handle their case, they expect you to give them results. But what they don't understand is the toll that it takes on the officer handling the 15 to 20 calls a day, running call to call and eating their lunch in their car. So I can't put a specific case, because I worked some international cases that were specific to me. But in general, you have to know what they go through the day, or go into a man's house who weighs 200 pounds.
So he's not even an expert on what he's talking about. They just snatch some random cop off the street that has nothing to do with this.
20 seconds, go ahead.
I'd really like to find out from Tom and others, how many black lives are saved every day because of the police departments in the United States of America?
You are asking a question that is more than rhetorical, Michael. As a matter of fact, if you'll both agree, as we used to say in the House, by unanimous consent, we will continue this, because it turns out there's a little bit of a problem at Newsmax New York that delays the start of Dennis Michael Lynch's program tonight. So I tell you what, gentlemen, if you can hang in here with me, and those of you at home hang in as well too, we'll get some of your calls at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 877-639-7629 as we expand the program after this.